Hey guys, I did a pretty good sized water change on them Synodontis just a little bit ago. And boy, it really sparked some action. They seem to be getting a little hyped up over here. As soon as I put the camera, you know, they kind of chilled out, but boy, they were really going wild in them caves. Something might be going down. Maybe a little water change may have made them want to get a little pissy, you understand? I hope so. I'd like to get a nice little video of these guys spawning. I'm sure some of you guys will find it quite interesting. I gotta try to find a better location though. Well, I did just feed them too. So a water change plus a feeding, they might just be getting overly excited due to that. There's a lot of junk floating around in here. Hey, another little thing. I'm sure some of you other Synodontis keepers noticed that these guys tend to be a little sensitive to water changes. I generally don't like to use the regular, you know, dechlorinated tap water because they're always in there. After a water change, they'll be in there like swimming, looking like they're a little agitated, bumping up against stuff, you know, like that. I did just use the water I just told you I didn't like to use, because I used to use the aged tap water, but since I put that peat bag in there to soften the water, I don't really want to use that on the Synodontis because these guys don't come from a soft water type environment. I should maybe get another container for some aged tap water, huh? Just some regular aged tap water. These guys got a little water change as well. Just using these overflows I built. It's working like a charm. I still need to build the other part of that section so I don't have to sit there and do it, you know, manually with my little hose like I'm doing now. I just have to work on the little water inlets. Go buy me some fittings. Probably have to get a little bit more PEX pipe. It'll be cool though. And I'll have all 6 of these 20s on that automatic system. And I'll be able to calibrate it accordingly, or, you know, shut it off or whatever. Anyway, I thought I was going to catch some action. Probably kind of lame. Anyway guys, here's a little Synodontis video. Sorry everything's all stirred up and I got food and stuff floating all over the place. You see in that jar? Or in that cave? If you look closely through that little opening, you'll see I have like a grate covering the top of that jar. And then I have those caves with the opening so that they can go in there. And they can do their little, you know, spawning and swirling around, and female will scatter the eggs while the male's fertilizing. They swim in a circle. And while they're doing that, the eggs will go through the grate and collect in the bottom of those jars. And the grate prevents the Synodontis catfish from having the ability to just snack on the eggs while they're doing their little mating ritual. That way I'll get more eggs. Now, generally I put that hole a little too far down on the pot. Usually I like it up higher like that, so while they're down in the bottom swirling around towards that grate, you know, there'll be a little vortex action going on too. More of the eggs will scatter down in the jar instead of out the little hole and, you know, out and get outside of my little caves. I had designed some other Synodontis breeding dealies where they went in and I had a airlift tube sucking the eggs and stuff out of the container up into another container I made out of acrylic, and had that all, you know, flowing back into the tank. It was really cool. It worked well, you know, it caught all the little eggs and eventually the fry developed in there and all that, but I found it to be a lot more hassle. So then I started going back to the old way, man, a way I came up with, and many other guys, is, you know, this method, basic. You know, people have the basic concept. They may switch it around to suit their needs a little better, but basically you want to catch them eggs and prevent the parents from being able to get them. in order, you know, to get more eggs. Some people devise a little grate that will sit on the bottom with like a little plenum area, you know, like a little space beneath to prevent, you know, I'll show you. They use it in a lot of other fish egg scatterers as well, like tetras and some of the barbs and danios and whatnot. Something like this, you see? Little egg crate. I put some finer mesh grate on there to prevent the smaller fish from just going through the egg crate. But this, you know, is fashion. It will sit in the tank, you know, right on the bottom. I'll just hold it up there so you can get an idea. Obviously it wouldn't be that big of a gap. You could. But anyway, it's to block off the whole bottom of the tank so the parents can't get under that. They spawn above this and the eggs fall through to the bottom. When they're done doing their little deal, you catch them out. Take the grate out if you want, or leave it in while the fry hatch and develop. And voila, you can raise them in the tank. I have one for a 10-gallon tank. I also have some where instead of using that grate type material I have there, I use this stuff. And it works good. You get this in like the craft section of the store or wherever, like Walmart. You go over by like where they have the sewing equipment and craft stuff. And this is like plastic burlap or something like that. I forgot the exact name. But it works great for a wide variety of things. You see this one? I cut a big circle in. My place is a mess, isn't it? There are those who still employ the marbles, you know, as the substrate for the eggs to go down in the cracks and crevices and prevent the parents and other tank mates from eating the eggs. But I find the marbles to kind of be a hassle. They also collect a bunch of debris and fish waste and whatnot. And also, you know, messing around with them. If you mess with them, you know, the marbles shift and you crush the eggs in the little developing fry. I don't know. There's a method for everybody. Everybody has their preferences. For me, I don't really dig the marbles. I did it with the danios, little zebra danios. I had them rocking. Really cool too, man. And it worked. But I found having just like a little divider type deal, and you can see the eggs and stuff better too. So that's the way I like to do it. As you can see, I also put that divider in there like I was talking in the last video. I hope these are the pairs that, you know, they were by each other and chilling with each other. And I did not wipe the surfaces like I said, and siphon like I said. But the opportunity presented itself where they were far enough apart, and I could fool them and hurry up and get that divider in there before they all came together greedily thinking I was going to feed them. I didn't want to get them all mixed up, you know. They seemed to be good pairs, getting along well, and they still are, so I think they're probably pretty happy with the choice that they made. We'll see what's happening soon. These guys are probably not all the way sexually mature. I'm sure the females are producing eggs well and all that, but I don't know if the males are still viable yet. They may have not matured yet. These are quite young. Like I said, my friend, hers bred, but the spawn wasn't viable yet. It will be soon. Just give them a matter of a couple weeks, maybe a month. Oh yeah, you see that little vent popping out of him? That one has a nice little pointy vent. Big old abdomen because it's a pretty greedy fish, but, well, not greedy, but let's say it likes to eat a lot. Yeah, he does that cool dorsal fin. Anyway, I hope you guys like my little videos, man. Well, I know a good number of you do. A lot of you guys send me nice little comments. A lot of you guys, we correspond and talk a little bit about this, that, and the other. So, have a good one, guys. Peace out.